Welcome to the future.
With the exception of Far Cry Blood Dragon, which was a digitally downloadable spin-off, every other game in the Far Cry series since Far Cry Instincts has shipped with a level editor and some form of multiplayer. As regular viewers will know, multiplayer in Far Cry games was a big thing for me. I used to bang on about it all the time. The map editor in Far Cry Instincts for the original Xbox and then for the 360 gave the multiplayer limitless possibilities, and I loved exploring the weird and wonderful worlds that the map-making community produced. But as the series progressed, it seemed like Ubisoft was spending less time and effort making the multiplayer the Far Cry community wanted. After a while, it even began to feel like they were actively ignoring the feedback from one of their most dedicated fan bases. During the build-up to Far Cry 4, for instance, the community asked for better multiplayer lobbies and custom playlists for user-created maps, something that Far Cry 2 had, but Far Cry 3 didn't. Instead of delivering on this though, Ubisoft decided to neuter the level editor even further by allowing players to create and share maps for single-player challenges only. It's such a shame as well, because 4's editor was technically one of the best in the series. Trouble was, because you couldn't make multiplayer maps with it, it was rendered almost completely useless. I mean, who wants to spend time making a map hardly anyone will play? Not me, and not anyone else either. And as a result of that, the multiplayer portion of Far Cry 4 that I was previously so hopeful for remained almost untouched by me and pretty much everyone else who bought the game. It was at that point I accepted that Ubisoft would probably be phasing out the multiplayer and level editor in the future. So at a recent Far Cry Primal event, I asked creative director Max Bellan to confirm their removal.
I just want to check as well, in that case, multiplayer level editor co-op, those were things that were big in Far Cry games. Is it in this one?
Yeah, no, they're not. We really wanted to focus on the story of Takar, really do the primal properly, do the Stone Age properly, and really focus on that.
Now, I know many people will be watching this and thinking, who cares about Far Cry multiplayer? It was rubbish anyway. And I tend to agree. In the most recent games, especially in Far Cry 4, it was. But for those of us who were playing and creating in the Instincts era and into Far Cry 2, we know how wonderful it can be when done right. And it's disappointing that we'll probably never be able to experience that magic again. It really is a pity, because the multiplayer and the level editor extended the life of the earlier games massively. The campaigns can only keep me going for so long before I move along to the next game, and now that Ubisoft seems to be turning Far Cry into an annual series, each instalment is fast becoming a close replica of the last. Now, don't get me wrong, I played Primal and enjoyed it, and I think there'll be a lot of fun to be had. But just like Far Cry 4, it was a game I felt like I'd played already. Yes, the Beastmaster stuff adds a unique spin on things, and having a saber-toothed tiger as a buddy is pretty damn awesome, but still I can feel my enthusiasm for the brand fading away. I've gone from super fan to someone who doesn't really care much anymore, and that's because one of my favourite franchises has lost one of the things that made it so unique. Far Cry is about to go the way of Assassin's Creed or Call of Duty, a copy and paste product that I'll undoubtedly buy and play, but it'll be one that I'll have forgotten about a week or so after completion. Still, there may be something in Primal that will redeem it for me, something that would be incredible if it turns out to be true. Obviously, this is open to interpretation, but here's what happened when I asked Max about the possibility of tameable dinosaurs in Primal.
Are there going to be any dinosaurs to tame?
Can I answer that?
No comment.
No comment.
No comment, eh? Well, at least that wasn't a straight up no. So, could we see Dino DLC for Primal in the future? Will Takar be able to ride atop raptors or tame T-Rexes? Make sure you subscribe to Eurogamer and we'll keep you updated when we find out more. Goodbye. Hello everyone, I'm Eurogamer's Ian Higton and this is Far Cry Primal, a game where you can stroke bears on the face and set fire to mammoths with flaming arrows.